How do you know when it's time to quit teaching and finally move on to something else? This has been a constant battle that I've had with myself for the last few school years. I never used to feel this way. I never used to feel like I would quit my job. But ever since COVID happened, post-COVID teaching has been so much harder. COVID teaching was hard, but post-COVID teaching has been so much harder. And I've said this on many videos before, and I am grateful for my job. I'm not ungrateful, but I'm not feeling fulfilled anymore. The big desire that I have is to work with adults with disabilities and kids with really high needs, and I'm not doing that right now. I don't have the run of my own classroom. I'm in other teachers' classrooms, and that's okay for right now. I think I needed a break from what I was doing previously. I thought one of two things was gonna happen. I was either gonna really love this, really love taking a break and just continue doing this, or I was gonna feel like how I feel now, which is like, I'm waking up every day and I'm like, okay, this is okay, but this is not really what we wanna be doing. This is not really where our calling is. So if you're a teacher and you have thought about quitting and you haven't yet, like, how do you know when the time is right? And I've always told myself I'm gonna know it when the time's right. I used to coach softball. So I used to coach softball for 10 years. The 2 years leading up to year 10, I was slowly getting ready. And I'm the type of person who, like, it takes me a little bit of time to adjust to the idea of changing something drastic in my life, like a job or at the time coaching, because that softball was such a huge part of my life growing up. Now when I quit, I was like, I didn't really quit on the spot, but it was just like, I knew. I was like, I kept getting emails about softball and things. I was like, I cannot handle one more thing on my plate right now. I know it's time to quit. And that's not how I'm feeling right now. I still feel like I'm in that transition place. But this year, I'm slowly like more and more, I hate to use the word like unhappy, but just I'm not like satisfied and fulfilled. I'm kind of like the low man on the totem pole at my new school. And that kind of sucks because I've been teaching for 9 years. This is my 9th year. So like, I don't love that. But regardless, when you know it's time to quit, I feel like you're going to feel it in your body. You're going to feel it in your heart and in your soul, and you're going to feel it mentally because you're going to be so exhausted. I think the thing that keeps me from quitting is I don't know what to do next. I know what I want to do. I want to start my own business. I want to help adults with special needs outside of high school. I want to create a community, an inclusive community for adults with disabilities. And I started that back in December, but I put a pause on it because everything felt really overwhelming. So I'm kind of in this like shit or get off the pot mode. Like, I'm either going to go and dive into it full force and start that and then leave teaching when that's booming and exploding and I'm able to do it full time, or I'm going to look for a different type of job and leave teaching. And I'm either going to do like one of those things. So I think when you are thinking about quitting, you realize, and once you finally kind of like pull the plug on your teaching career, I think you realize that it's taking a large toll on you and it's affecting you mentally, physically, and emotionally. And those are all the things that I'm feeling right now, unfortunately. One other thing that happened to me yesterday is my department chair told me the classes that I will be in next year. And let me kind of just set this up for you guys really quick before I have to leave for work. So I used to teach in a structured setting classroom. I loved it. I was teaching life skills, functional academic skills, jobs, all of those things. I was commuting to my job. It was like 45 plus minutes commute there and back. It's worse coming back. Sometimes worse going. It depends on when you leave, regardless. So I moved to a school that was in my county that I live in and closer to my house. It's like less than 10 minutes away. Crazy great commute. Instead of doing a self-contained structure setting classroom, they only had a position for inclusion. I interviewed for a self-contained classroom at another school, but got really weird vibes. They wanted me to quit my school mid-year. It was just not like a great thing. And I feel like I'm sometimes kicking myself because I didn't take that job, because I feel like that's what I'm aligned with doing. But regardless, I got such a better feeling at this school. I took this inclusion job and I really have started to enjoy the people that I work with. The longer I'm at a workplace, the more comfortable I am. But when I was hired, I need to wrap this up. When I was hired, I told them that I want to do self-contained classrooms, but I understood that they only had inclusion and that I was open to trying that. I told them that I'm not good at math. I really struggle with math. I don't feel like the kids are going to get the best support that they can get from me in math, but I can hang in an English class. I do really well with English. I can help them write. I can help them comprehend. That is a good fit for me. Well, I've really struggled with the math classes this year, but my department chair told me that our admin had decided to keep me in algebra classes next year, like Algebra 1. And I just felt so depleted and I panicked in that moment. And I didn't really push back a whole lot. I was like, is there like no wiggle room? And she just kept saying she's sorry. I don't think she has a whole lot to say. Like my old school, there was a lot of collaboration, but at this school, I think the admin make the ultimate decision. And I don't think she had a lot of say in it. She kept kind of apologizing. But regardless, I am like, okay, if I were meant to be teaching and staying in this profession, I feel like a self-contained classroom position would have opened up for me at this school. And I was kind of hoping after being there for a year, that might be the case because there was some turnover a couple years earlier. It's not, and I feel like that's kind of a sign to like shit or get off the pot, get your ass in gear and start this community and this coaching business that you want to do with kids with disabilities outside of high school. I guess I'm making this video for me and for you so you can figure out what is that last straw, what is that thing that's going to kick you into gear to finally leave teaching. And I don't want all teachers to leave. Like I feel like teaching is such a necessary job, but I also feel like if you are feeling stuck and you don't want to be doing this anymore, and there are other ways that you can teach kids, there are other ways that you can do the things that you want to do, and you can make an even bigger difference than what you're doing now. Or even on the flip side, if you just need a break because you've given your all for so many years to a school, to a district, to the kids, to the families, and you need a break, that's okay too. You're gonna feel it, you're gonna know it, and then you're finally gonna execute it. So that's kind of what happened to me. I feel like right now I'm in a let's go mode. I'm scared. I don't exactly know what I'm doing. I'm scared, but I wanna start it, and I wanna start my community. I kind of already have, so we're on Facebook, Coach K's Inclusive Corner. If you want to go and check that out, please do. And if you have thought about leaving teaching and you had your defining moment of when you knew I'm out of here, comment down below, let me know. I am officially time to leave for work, so I'll see you in the next video.